Okay, so I think first and foremost, you need a nice wok. I've tried to make this in like regular pans and stuff, and it just doesn't work out. So I got this off of no, I got it online somewhere. All right, it was like 25, 30 bucks years ago, and I've given it good use. It's not the best. You can find better ones that are like carbon steel, but you know, something, something. All right, so you need a wok. Of course, I got some nice broccoli here and some carrots. I'm going to deal with this in a moment. Here's half of an onion and some garlic. This is 1 clove. You're going to need some soy sauce. Salt is optional. If I add salt, I'm going to add very little because we already got, you know, the soy sauce, which is salty. You're going to need, this here is cornstarch. This is a tablespoonful to make a particular sauce to finish off the beef and broccoli. But you're going to need more cornstarch for marinating the beef. So I'll show you that in a second. Also, you're going to need oil to cook the stuff in, about 2 tablespoonfuls. That could be vegetable oil, olive oil, I don't know. But also you're going to need some oil for the sauce that you're going to make. The best would be peanut oil or sesame seed oil. You know, if you're trying to be a little more authentic, but we deal with what we have. I have to check to see if I have either kind here, because I'm not going to use olive oil. I'll check. All right, so you're going to need in total about a teaspoon of oil for the sauce and 2 tablespoonfuls for cooking. Oh, and then the beef. All right, let me deal with the beef. All right, so here's the beef. This is actually a piece of a London broil that I bought. It was on sale. People feel that like when you make beef and broccoli, flank steak may be the best. But I saw this London broil, and instead of cooking it as London broil, I made tacos with half of it the other day, and it was on sale, so whatever. All right, so I'm basically just gonna slice it thinly, right? And oh, maybe I should trim that fat. Trim that fat off. And how much of this we're gonna use? My board is sliding. Remember, put a paper towel off the bottom of the board to prevent it from sliding. I mean, this is a lot of beef. Is this enough? I'll use the whole thing. Okay, so to this beef, we're gonna add about a teaspoonful of soy sauce. You're gonna add a teaspoon of the cornstarch and a couple of drops of sesame seed oil. I wouldn't even say a teaspoonful, just, that's not a teaspoonful. That's not even half a teaspoonful. What you're going to do is, you're going to, you know, kind of like mix it up. Of course, I'm an animal, so I'm going to use my hands. There are people that use salt, but the soy sauce has salt. Unless you use light soy sauce, but I feel that even light soy sauce has a lot of salt. Alright, so now I'm going to put this in my fridge, and I would like to let it sit for 10 minutes. That's up to you. Alright, well, let's move on to the broccoli. I took these off the stalk. I should have showed you guys, but anyway, what you want to do is, if you have the whole stalk, or even the way I have it here, don't throw it away. Keep these nice broccoli chips. They cook up nice. Alright, and then you're just gonna, you know, cut it off the stalk. Get the florets. Is that a good amount? You know, I want to have a lot of broccoli in it, so I'm going to go for another. And then what you're going to do is, if you cook this broccoli straight up like this, it'll lose color. Put this one away. So here off on the side, I've had a pot of boiling water. I'm going to blanch it. I'm just going to put salt and oil in the boiling water and blanch the broccoli for like a minute or two. Alright, that water's boiling, so a little salt, just a little bit, and a dash of oil. And I'm going to throw the broccoli right in there. And just leave it in there a minute or two and then take it right out. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make the sauce that you're going to add to the dish when it's done. So this is a tablespoonful of cornstarch. I'm going to add an equal amount of water. Okay. My broccoli's going. I'm also going to add about half a teaspoon of soy sauce. Little less, because, you know, it'll be salty. And a pinch full of sugar. I forgot to mention sugar. I happen to like brown sugar. So we're going to mix this and just leave this here off on the side. You know, if it cakes up on the sides, you just got to, you know, kind of go at it and check the bottom. White sugar dissolves better, but I like brown sugar. Oh, and I almost forgot. Half a teaspoonful of oil. Sesame seed oil is best. Okay, so this is the sauce you're going to add to the beef and broccoli when you're done cooking it. Alright. I almost forgot to show you how I deal with the carrot. So I'm going to use half of this carrot. And you can be boring and just add it like this. Right? Or you can do a design. So the way you do a design is just you cut into it lengthwise. I'm not the best at this, but maybe you can perfect this. So basically, lengthwise, I'm just gonna cut a sliver out. See? And it runs lengthwise. So you can repeat that. You know, just cut slivers out lengthwise and you can make a cool shape. Or maybe not necessarily a cool shape, but some sort of shape. I don't know. People who are really good at this, they can make it like into stars. They can make it into butterflies. To different things. I already say I messed up, but these videos are free, so, and I'm not professional, so you ain't getting charged for it, so don't complain. Alright, let's see. Let me keep going. I'm going to keep going, and then I'll show you what I mean. You see, you just cut into it lengthwise, and as you slice it, it'll have a shape. Alright, well, I got this shape. I guess I can clean it up a little bit. They're like little cogs. But the chefs that are good at this, they can turn them into butterflies, they can turn them into flowers. Alright, whatever. Alright, so here's the wok. It's on, I put it on high heat just to get it nice and hot. And I'm going to turn it down soon. But I'm going to add about 2 tablespoonfuls of this oil. That's plenty. I'm gonna try to coat the sides a little bit. And what I want to do is I want to stir fry the onion and garlic first. Let's see if it's ready. No, not hot enough. I'm gonna wait for it to get hotter. Ooh, I waited a couple of seconds and it's popping. Alright, I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit. I don't want it off high, but I'm gonna go to like medium high. And I'm gonna put in the onion and garlic. And stir fry it. For about 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Can you hear me through that? Okay, now I'm going to throw in the beef. Ooh. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back to high, and I'm not going to stir it around. I'm going to let it sit a little bit. Let me separate this here because I want it to sear a little bit. I want it to let it sear. I'm going to let it sit there a minute. My phone rang, sorry, but you can see this nice piece of beef seared nicely. So that's what I want. All right. I'm going to keep doing this until I see that the redness of the beef is gone. And this is kind of a cheap wok. This is not really authentic or, you know, but it does what it, you know, it does the job. A really good wok wouldn't let the food stick to the bottom. Okay, now, at this point, I'm just checking out the pieces of beef to make sure there's no more red spots. This one has a little, so. This one has a little also. Okay, so what's this been like? 2 or 3 minutes? Now I'm gonna add in the carrot, and I actually also like mushroom and pepper, bell pepper in my beef and broccoli, so that's just my own personal thing. And now I've drained the broccoli and put it right in there. It doesn't take long because the meat is cooked in high heat, so. Alright, so I mean this looks pretty the way it is. So just about a minute of this. And then what we're gonna do is, remember the sauce I told you to make? It's settled, it may have settled, like the sugar and the soy sauce, so you just mix it to recombine everything. I'm just checking on the bottom to make sure no starch is, you know, caked on the bottom. Alright, and then I'm going to pour that right in. Give it a good mixing. Alright. Now this is done, so people would serve it straight out. But what I like to do, I like to cover it, turn off the heat, and let it sit there for, you know, 5 minutes. That's just me being weird. Okay, I'm gonna serve this. Alright, I ain't gonna front. This rice I made like 2 days ago, so whatever. This rice is what's called recalentado. Ask your local Dominican what that means. Alright, so I'm just gonna serve this beef and broccoli on top of my rice here. Hold on a sec, I need some space. We may continue. Wow, there's plenty of beef, man. It's a lot of beef, son. It's a lot of beef. Wow, I got left over. Wait, let me get some carrots in there. Wow, this is enough for like 2 or 3 people, which means it's enough for me. All right, so this is my version of beef and broccoli. This is just one Latino trying to make it. All right, relax. I should call it broccoli and beef.